Hi, Tamzanzi. Welcome back to SA Political Lens, where we unpack the stories mainstream media only touches on the surface. And today, Sarah, this Bridgette Motsepe story, it's deeper than people think.
You're right, John. So, businesswoman Bridgette Motsepe, yes, that Motsepe, the one married to Jeff Radebe and sister to President Cyril Ramaphosa's wife, says she's now the target of an extortion attempt. Apparently, this all links to a controversial film called Worse Than Apartheid.
That title alone tells you the film was going to shake tables. It was reportedly meant to expose corruption within ANC heavyweights, and according to reports, producer Shiko Twala had already spent millions on it. But then, boom! The story goes that Bridgette allegedly offered him 3 million rand to can the film.
That's the part that got people talking, because the claim is the ANC panicked before elections. They didn't want this movie out, especially if it painted top leadership in a bad light. Apparently, they thought the film would expose how some of the richest names in the country got their wealth and kept their power.
Exactly. But now Bridgette says that's all nonsense. In her official statement, her spokesperson, Bridgette Holt, said these allegations are false, defamatory, and part of a coordinated extortion attempt. She claims she never offered to pay anyone and that she only met Shiko to ask that the film be shown to business leaders to discuss its economic impact.
Yeah, that's what she says, but there's something strange here, John. Why would there even be such a meeting if the film was just a creative project? Clearly, this movie touched a nerve somewhere. If the ANC was truly worried about economic impact, then it must have been exposing some serious secrets.
Exactly. And think about it. If Shiko Twala had files, recordings, or WhatsApp messages like the reports claim, then we're looking at a situation where the Motsepe name and possibly Cyril Ramaphosa's circle are indirectly in the spotlight. Because remember, Bridgette isn't just anyone. She's family to the president.
Exactly, and you can't separate that. If the Motsepes are involved, even indirectly, then like it or not, it drags Cyril Ramaphosa into the conversation. That's why the story is so sensitive, because if Worse Than Apartheid really had evidence of ANC-linked corruption and business interests, then the question becomes, what were they so scared of being revealed?
And another thing, the Sunday World said they've seen text messages between Motsepe, Twala, and some top ANC leaders, even discussing paying back actors and producers who worked on the film. So this wasn't just some rumor floating on WhatsApp. There are alleged receipts.
You see, that's when you know it's real. And now Bridgette's threatening to sue everyone, saying she'll take legal action over these falsehoods. But John, every time people say they'll sue, it's usually because they don't want the story to grow legs.
Exactly. It's like damage control. Keep it in the courts, not in the headlines. But this film, if it really exists, it sounds like it could have been South Africa's own Pandora's box. Imagine a movie exposing how political connections and family ties helped certain elites stay rich after 1994.
And that's why this matters, because if someone like Shiko Twala had evidence, or if people are being paid off to keep quiet, then South Africans deserve to know. We can't have different rules for the powerful. We've seen this movie before, literally and politically.
Exactly. So, whether this Worse Than Apartheid film ever sees the light of day or not, the question remains, what were they trying to hide? And how many stories like this have been buried before elections to protect the powerful?
Mzansi, as always, stay woke, stay curious, and remember, in South African politics, there's always more behind the curtain than what we're told.
That's it from us at SA Political Lens. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this film was buried to protect the powerful, or is Bridgette really a victim of extortion? We'll see you in the next episode.